Guys, I experienced a once in a lifetime situation in Jamaica, and which led me to believe that an attempt was made on my life through via witchcraft. Um, and yes, I know how that sounds. I know how that sounds. But please be patient and listen to what I am about to say before you make any assumption. Hello everyone, how are you doing? It has been some time since I last posted anything, but I've been busy rewriting my book after it was wiped from my computer at the end of 2024. My fault, by the way, I should have protected it a little better. Matter of fact, I have been working on two books for a year now, and the first of the two I should be ready for release at the end of February. All right. With that said, now several people have reached out to me. They wanted to know about my well-being due to a threat which was conveyed to me from this so-called secret society, which I, spoke about in one of my previous videos. Now, with that said, guys, I would like to assure you, my viewers, that I am fine and doing well. Frankly, these folks are the least of my concern, and this is not to say that I underestimate these hosts to dark powers. No way, because these are unhinged deviants who are capable of great evil. But with that said, I'm not afraid to. I'm not afraid, and I'm being honest in that regard. I'd rather focus on more important things like my family, writing my books, exercising, riding my scooter. I got the scooter that goes 42 miles per hour, by the way, and can travel up to 71 miles before battery exhausted. Like I said, I'm more interested in my family, and taking care of myself and having fun, So, check this out, guys. So, I went to Jamaica, right? And I decided to stay at a guest house. Now, as a veteran, the first thing that I did upon entering that room in that guest house was to scan for videos, listening devices, and so forth. I also checked for secondary safety devices like deadbolts and safety chain, at the time, but found none. So now, since I'm a targeted individual, when I was a targeted individual, I mean I'm a target for the so-called secret society. Um, uh, when first thing I did upon entering that room in Jamaica was to take some protective measure in the event they decided to intrude, which they did. By the way, I'm going to talk about that, later on. So after showing up to the property, the owner of this guest house communicated in so many words that he belonged to the same organization, this so-called secret society that was stalking me. Now, since I was aware that the owner of the building was a member of this so-called secret society, based on a dry cough that they all make, and he did that. He was a little dramatic with it. It sounds more when they cough, guys. It sounds more like a catfish or a baby elephant in pain. Sounds ridiculous, like they all are. Guys, this man twisted that abnormally small head of his. I believe the medical term for his type of head, ugly head, by the way, I must emphasize, would be microcephaly, right, guys? That demon was a true Beavis and Butthead gang member. His head looked exactly like a toothpick, a raisin on a toothpick. But you know what, guys? You know what? He and his friends almost took me out. Guys, I experienced a once in a lifetime situation in Jamaica, and which led me to believe that an attempt was made on my life through via witchcraft. And yes, I know how that sounds. I know how that sounds. But please be patient and listen to what I am about to say before you make any assumptions. Guys, so check this out. In Haiti, right, witchcraft is called voodoo, right? In Jamaica and West Africa, it is called obia. They spell it a little different in some parts of West Africa. I think it's Obiah, while in Jamaica it is Obah. Right, guys? Even Isaiah 8:19 mention the use of sorcery, right? So it's been around. Evil is real, and you better believe it. Matter of fact, whenever you get a chance, look up the meaning of the word occult, and you'll see for yourself that the Beavis gang is steeply entrenched in the occult. They're steeply entrenched in it, guys. Steeply entrenched in this witchcraft. No wonder their members stalk the American people. No wonder why their members stalk the American people nationwide. People got to understand that these people can never be your friend. These people could never be your friend. You remember that. Because their only friends are the ones who belong to that so-called secret society. They'll use you. They'll use you to hate on your neighbors. They'll use you to pay you to stalk your neighbor. And some people, I understand, they need help, and they'll take the money because money is power. And some people, they're willing to compromise their integrity to feed their family. Some people are struggling out here, and I understand that. But if you can do better, guys, if you don't have to take their money, don't, because not all money are good monies. Monies are good monies. You understand me? All right. These deviants, guys, practice witchcraft, which they tried but failed to use against me. And you'll be amazed, guys. You'll be amazed after you hear what they did. Now, I'm not easily moved, guys. I am not easily moved by anything. But what I experienced in that guest house in Jamaica had me shaking in my boots. In other words, I was terrified. And I'm not easily scared, guys. But thank God the occultist failed that night. You see, I was born and raised in Jamaica, man. I was born and raised in a country where obia, like West Africa, is practiced. And Haiti is practiced. But like most of you, I was always a bit skeptical. My mama used to tell me, you better believe that evil is real. And that it is powerful. You see, I never believed that it was as powerful as it proved itself to be until 3:15 one morning in Jamaica. I almost lost my life, guys. Check this out. So, on the fourth day on my trip back home, I returned to the guest house. And noticed a brown bottle seated and a large lizard seated to the left and right of my doorway. Guys, it wasn't there before I left. But when I returned, it was there. This was a very nice house, guys. I'm talking about it's worth at least $1.5 million, $2 million. It was really nice, guys. Both bottle and lizard remain in place in the exact location without moving a millimeter for 3 consecutive days. So you know what? Recognizing the potential significance of this unique setting, I shared what I saw with family and some of my friends who advised me to leave that house immediately. With one older woman was, asking me, you should leave now. Your life is in danger. They knew what was about to happen, guys. But despite their warnings, I chose to stay. I did not believe that my enemies could use such foolishness to harm me. By the way, my naivety almost cost me my life. So check this out. Since the building belonged to a member of the so-called secret society, who I believe looked like he was being forced to do what he was about to do, because nobody wants to have a dead body in their house, right? So whenever I spoke with him, I remembered it's like he looked so sad, like something wasn't right. Something was not right at all. I felt sorry for him. But that's what happened when you join an organization that is And you got to understand, when this organization started out, it wasn't like it is today. There was people who were patriotic. You understand me? That it is some. Let me tell you how all this gang stalking and all this stuff comes around, right? I remember this organization was never meant to harm anyone in any way possible, right? But wherever there are people and wherever there is power to be had, trust me, they're going to do anything to impress the other man to get their way. That's all it is. Somebody trying to impress, somebody have a certain job that allowed them legally to stalk like criminals, and they incorporated that in an organization. That's all it is. Somebody trying to impress someone and turn this organization into a den of fools. I know that there's some good people still in there. The other day I was walking, and this gentleman, he's a veteran. He held his phone out the window, slowed down, looked at me, and started shaking it at me. He was telling me that they're following in my phone. But I already know that because I'm tech savvy. I already know that. I know that they have an app where they put my number in there and use it to track my movement, know every corner that I take. You see what I'm saying? If they're not using my phone, the ones in positions of power, they use my that number. What do you call it again? It's the numbers that's like almost over 20 letters and numbers in there. It's called but it's a long number of the phone that they use, and they can use that to track you. And if, for example, if you don't have a vehicle, they go to the manufacturer of the vehicle, your vehicle, and run a store by them that you're a drug dealer or you're a spy or whatever. They're gonna flash something and next thing you know, they use your VIN number to track you. So I know about it all, guys. So let me get back to Jamaica, right? And by the way, guys, I love Jamaica, and you guys, you ain't gonna ruin it with your foolishness. Trust me, all right? You ain't gonna ruin it with your foolishness. That was exported to Jamaica. That is not native to Jamaica, man. That, was exported to Jamaica, and folks gravitated towards it because it offered positions, it offered power, and it offers money. Is what I'm saying? All right. So now, with that said, guys, I took some, because I know that I was a target, I took some precautionary measures every night before I go to bed. Specifically, I would place a large bottle behind my door. The cover of the bottle was 5 inches. The bottle was like 15 inches tall. On top of that, guys, I placed a small salt bottle, which I grabbed by mistake, but that was the work of God because it saved my life. Because I heard that demonic spirit or negativity and negative energy cannot pass through salt. I never really believed it. I grabbed that bottle by mistake, put it on top of the 5-inch cover bottle, and in the center of it, guys, and went to bed. And I think the circumference of that salt bottle was around 2 inches, and the height of that salt bottle was like the height was like 6 inches, and I laid that on top of that bottle. This simple setup, guys, it was just a simple setup meant to alert me in the event someone trying to enter my room while I was sleeping, ultimately crashing to the floor and waking me up in the process, which it did, by the way. And a lot of you gang stalkers, you're in this organization and you do not know what they really do. You don't, and I understand it, especially a lot of guys in the military and the police department. I know you guys not going to sit around in some room and practice witchcraft. No, you're not going to do it. You join that organization for opportunities, and I don't think it's right. I believe that every man should earn their way up any ladder on their merit, hard work based on merit. You see what I'm saying? Hard work and your merit, the things that you do that makes you stands out. You shouldn't have to join an organization. You shouldn't do it, right? Integrity is a big thing, guys. It's like a rare gem. People might say they have it, but in most cases they don't. Right, guys? So like I said, guys, I could hardly believe that someone could harm me, using such stupid method. Guys, at 3:15 on the morning of February 24th, guys, the 2-inch bottle of pink salt, which was seated on top of that large water bottle, came crashing to the floor. You're hearing me, this gang stalker? You guys don't know about this. You in the organization, you guys don't even know that your people do this stuff, right? It came crashing to the floor. Guys, there was splinter everywhere. Guys, I jumped up out of the bed. It woke me up, guys. But you know what? I almost went to sleep. I was almost overcome with sleep, guys. But you know what? I knew that I was in danger, and so to prevent myself from falling back to sleep, I rolled out of that bed and hit the floor so hard I almost had a concussion, guys. But you know what? That woke me up. The next thing I knew, I was putting on my shoes. First thing I did was look towards the door. It appeared to be closed. I put on my shoe and ran to the door with something special and strong enough, to set himself on fire. You know, and but check this out, guys. Upon closer inspection, I saw that the door was not tampered with, guys. And my question was, and still is, how did a heavy bottle of salt seated on top of a 5-inch bottle cover circumferences came crashing to the floor at 3:15 in the morning when nothing physical came into contact with it? Guys, about 5 minutes later, my left leg felt like it was on fire while being pierced by thousands of needles. I had to jump around the room. I could not put it on the ground, on the floor. I couldn't touch it with my hand. I honestly believe that I was about to kick the bucket. I grabbed my phone and called the police and attempted to call the police station, but my phone did not work. It was jammed up. I know it was jammed up. I then reached for, well, let me not say jammed up. The Wi-Fi had to be unplugged. It was. I grabbed the phone on the bedside table, right? And tried to use that to call the police. But mysteriously, that did not work either. The first time since I got to that house. Guys, that heart-wrenching experience lasted for about 30 minutes. Guys, they really cut off my signal. And what I'm trying to say are they did that, so I wasn't able to call for any help. Guys, that morning, guys, I checked out. Knowing that I would never return. Guys. So 2 days after I moved into that building, a man moved into a room on the ground floor. And each time I walked by his room, he, because I had to, walk by his room to exit the building, each time I walked by his room, he would laugh a weird, throaty type of laugh, something you only hear in horror movies, guys. It was intentional and it was ugly. He did this every day for 3 straight days. Then on the morning of the attack, there was silence. He had checked out of the building. And my question to this demon is, and I know you're watching, do I look defeated to you? Do you know that while you were plotting my demise, that my God was making it possible for me to walk from that building unscathed? It's not everyone out here in the world that is susceptible to your foolishness, to your evil, to your threats. Some people are highly, highly favored. And I'm convinced that I'm one. Or else I would have been in prison or dead already. You don't know me, but you attack me because of my light shine, because my light shines so brightly in your darkness. You attack me because you belong to the occult. You attack me, but you failed. You failed because of my God's prevailing love and protection for me. Now check this out, guys. So on the morning of the attack, 2 things transpired. First, the brown bottle and large lizard was gone. Secondly, like I said earlier, the guy that did that weird laugh each time I exited the building, he was gone too. The job was done. The job was done, but they failed. So you know that, how should I say? So you know that there are 4 stages to the sleep cycle, right? Well, it was during the last stage, I think that the fourth stage, which is called REM, rapid eye movement, and that is a state. How should I say it? And during the REM, which is the fourth stage, the last stage of sleep cycle, when humans are in a state of paralysis, or in other words, you're knocked out, right? These so-called secret society members try to harm me, but you know what? I was ready for them, because too many people had warned me to leave. I just didn't believe, because I thought it was foolishness. Guys, I remember that it was 3:15, because I remember looking at my watch in the morning when something entered my room. And that time, guys, that time is also known, I think it's believed midnight to daylight is known as the witching hour, right? And it was also during those hours that Jacob wrestled with an angel, and the angel touched his hip, resulting in him limping for the rest of his life. And I believe that even though the angel heard him, he refused to release that angel until he was blessed. Ultimately, his name was changed to Israel, right? But all that occurred during the witching hour, guys. So, to be honest, I was terrified, and I'm not easily moved. I did not go back to sleep, guys. No, it was not going to happen. I was terrified. I tried it, but, I remember trying to call my family. I tried to call the police, but like I said earlier, my cell phone did not work. It was useless. It was useless, guys, which was the first since I got to the house. Viewers, I did not go back to sleep. I did not go back. I was exercising. I was walking around the room, and finally I began to pack my belongings. I cleaned up my room, and as soon as daylight broke, guys, I walked out those doors. I spoke with the owner. He came in there, apologized about my phone, etc., etc. I never talked to him about it, but he came. The first thing he did was come inside here and talk about the Wi-Fi. I was like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Why would you say that? You just confirmed my belief that you guys were trying to take me out. You see what I'm saying, guys? What convinced me that this was witchcraft at its finest was when I went outside and I saw the bottle, and that large lizard, which stayed in place for 3 days straight, had gone. What convinced me was that a salt bottle sitting on top of another bottle, 5 inches wide, guys, 5 inches wide, 5 inches wide, a 2-inch bottle in the center of it, and flat surface. The house was expensive. Like I said, at least $1.5 million to 2 million house. It's super nice, right? That type of house doesn't have insects, doesn't carry insects. And both bottle and lizard was gone the following day. Guys, I was the pain that I was experiencing. It was a flesh piercing pain. My skin was so tender. I couldn't touch it with anything, guys. Had I stayed in that bed, had I not have that simple alert system in place, that's exactly how my entire body would have felt. I would have stayed right there and died. And the guy that was laughing on the ground floor and making those weird sounds each time I passed, he was gone too. He was gone too. Guys, I am directing this message to members of the army, because that's my branch, the army. Because I'm not going to speak on what I don't know about. I know that they're in the army, right? I'm going to speak one of the greatest branches in the military. I loved it, right? I'm speaking to these guys in the army, right? And police officers too, who are not a part, by the way, of this scourge. Please do not join them, because if you do, you will be inspired to compromise your integrity in the name of family. You will be encouraged to gang stalk the very ones you swore to defend and to protect. You understand me? You will be inspired to gang stalk the very people and harm the very people you swore to defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It is not worth it, guys. It is not worth it. Why join? You're in the military. This is a place of integrity. This is a place that has a set of values in place on how they expect you to operate. Why on earth would you join another organization whose core values goes against that of the military? It's not worth it, guys. Join them and you join the occult. Let me tell you about my brief stay in a 4-star hotel in Georgia, guys. Last December. Well, no, December 2024, right? Me and my family went to the room. But before we did, this guy, as soon as we parked, we were pulling our bags out of the car. This guy tried to walk between us. He had this weirdo, guys, you know, like I said, he tried to walk between me and my family. As we, you know, removed the bags from our car. This man had a radio in his hand, which he held close to his chest, like he was Inspector Gadget. I guess his actions were meant to scare me, but it only served to make him look crazy like they all are, guys. When I got to my room that morning, guys, I noticed that the locks were damaged and hanging down, and so maintenance came. And you know, they were sending me a message that they could come into my room at any moment of the night, and I wish that they had, because you know they like to intimidate people. They're all about intimidation. They're just testing the wrong one. Guys, I wish they had come into my room. For some reason, these folks, I'm not everyone else. You don't scare me one bit. You should know better than that. You don't scare me. From all the crazy stuff that you've been doing around me, you should already know that I am not scared of you. I am not scared of you, because I believe in this thing called destiny. I have this, you know, a thought process that makes me intimidated proof, right? It's not going to work on me. All right, so there was this other incident, guys, where I was at a gate in Miami sometime this year, and this occult member, which was about 6'5", stood there looking like iRobot, staring at me, guys. The whole situation was both amusing and strange at best, guys. That boy was out there looking like a total stooge, potato head, or that character in the movie Jeepers Creepers, except that he looked more pinky on the brain than scary. He was trying to scare me because, like I said, they're all about intimidation. You see these people? They're going to mess around and mess with the wrong folk. Someone that has that has nothing to live for. When they meet one of those folks, they're going to, especially one of them veterans that has nothing to live for, you know, got a crazy PTSD, then they're going to find out, they're going to fool around and find out. Because there's some people out here that don't care, you know. Thank God I'm not in the position, you know. God has really taken care of me and protected me. And so today I put everything in perspective. You know, I was taught that in the military, to put everything in perspective, and which is why when I see them doing their crazy stuff, I'll be laughing so hard in my vehicle sometimes. I got to stop my recording because it's messing up my, the laughing is messing up my videos. All right. So guys, so what I'm, you know, and one of the many reasons that I keep saying that this so-called secret society has no place in the military or the police department, you see, these are institutions that have value system, which are, you know, which is deeply rooted in honor and integrity. And the Beavis and Butthead gang, so-called secret society, knows neither. Matter of fact, their value system, the Beavis and the Beavis gang, to be specific, runs counter. Their values runs counter to that of the military and law enforcement. These people have prevented some of the most best qualified men and women in both the police department and the military and other places of employment from advancing in their career. I know this because I have proof. I got information from a reliable source about what they did to my career. I knew exactly when they did it and about a meeting that was held in a certain building across a certain river. This whole meeting was focused on me. They had my 2 top supervisors in that building. They soiled that great building with their slimy presence, guys. Now, during that meeting, someone stated that I was a great sergeant. And a foot soldier from the secret society, a sergeant major to be specific, in that room said, "F that mother effer." The person who told me about the meeting also said that if only I were a fly on the wall, I would be all broken after hearing what these people, who had never met me before, was saying about me. Why? Because they are part of the occult. I know that you held that meeting to send me back to wearing regular uniform where it would have been easier for you to destroy me. But at the end of the day, the rules that the military had in place was too strong for you and your so-called secret society members to trample on. And some of you are still in the military today. And that is so sad, because that is not a place for you. You do not need to be wearing that uniform. You do not need to be wearing a uniform that's worth more than your whole existence. You are a terrorist. You are a terrorist. You are a fake. You say that you're a soldier, but you're not. You're not supposed to be wearing that uniform. It stands for everything that your organization does not. You gangstalk the American people. You call people's employment and have them fired and moved from their jobs by use of lies. You're not supposed to be wearing that uniform. I have no problems with a regular civilian doing that. And you see what I'm saying? That sort of things. But as a soldier or a police officer, that should not be happening if you guys, are wearing these uniforms. You see, these people lied, guys. They lied when they swore that oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. They've lied when they swore that oath to defend and protect and defend. Why would you swear an oath to defend the nation, to defend your people, and turn around and swear a whole other oath to an organization whose values runs counter to that of the military and the police department? You have no right to be wearing that uniform. You have no right to be serving in an organization that is deeply rooted in honor and integrity. You have no right to be serving with men and women who depends on merit rather than affiliation to succeed. I know that your members have tampered with many enlisted promotions and positions and continue to do so year after year. And my question to you is, how many enlisted members with the potential to be great have you destroyed in the name of this so-called secret society? And currently, how many are you preventing from moving ahead to include in the police department? Right now, you should do the honorable thing and remove yourselves from these great organizations. You have no right to be there. You have no right to be there. Matter of fact, I believe that if you see the word honor written on a piece of paper, that you would explode like a vampire. There are so many other places where you can go to recruit. So stop going after these young, honorable people. Let them thrive. They do not need you. Keep the ones that you have already corrupted, man. Keep them and leave the rest alone. You know, the other day, a Beavis gang member drove by and told me, he was driving a nice Jaguar, black Jaguar, and told me to chill. In other words, stop talking or else. He was trying to, he wanted me to make a video, because the more video I make, the more I open myself up to litigation. But trust me, I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I am, this ethnocentricity crap that you guys are raging through you, that's a problem. Not because someone speak an accent means that you're stupid, which is what you thought about me when I was in the military, right? Because you were spreading that rumor in the military. But I proved you fools over and over and over and over again that you were completely wrong. I proved, and you got to understand, and understand the reason why you guys chose that path, that road. Lies. You chose it because you could not destroy me, because I know my crap. I know my shit, like they said in the military, right? You couldn't destroy me, so you're trying to use lies to destroy my reputation. Guys, we used to laugh. We used to laugh at these so-called secret society members when I serve on active duty. We believe that you guys were never confident in your abilities to succeed on your own, and so you joined the Beavis and Butthead gang, so-called secret society, to get a foot up on everyone else. You see, guys, there are, let me talk about these two gang stalkers. There are these two gang stalkers. Jump off the subject a little. There are these two gang stalkers from the so-called secret society who I frequently refer to as a fat bastard and Brutus, right? And I hate to call people names, but that's how they come across. and who, in my opinion, guys, are the most prolific of all the Beavis and Butthead gang members I've ever met. In other words, they put these boys and this boy and girl put in work. For example, one day, I was outside. I was outside exercising. When it's during the warmer months, I exercise. Matter of fact, I try to maintain a military standard, physical standard, because I'm not trying to get fat out here or be unhealthy. I'm getting older, so it helps me, right? So one of them looked at my license plate, one of the two, and stated that I was lucky. In other words, I would have been suffering. My children would have been starving, and I would probably be living under a bridge without those plates. We stated that I'm a veteran, the place which stated that I'm a veteran. So I just leave it to that. You know nothing about me, Beavis gang members. You don't know anything about me. Trust me. I would be fine. So check this out, guys. These deviants, for some reasons, believe that they are bullying me. And what they need to understand is that no one bullies me. Bullying only becomes bullying when the person that the act is aimed at. How should I say? Act upon it. You see what I'm saying? If the action that is aimed at the target get that person rattles, that simply means that the person dignified that action by responding to it, and therefore it becomes bullying. That's not going to happen to me. I put everything in perspective. You see what I'm saying? You see, you clearly your definition of the word bully differs from mine in many respects, which is why I'm still here and you're still there, making me the highlight of your lives, of your ridiculous lives. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I honestly believe that I am the highlight of your lives. That is why you show up wherever I go. You see what I'm saying? You see me. I don't see you. I could care less about you, but you care everything about me. And I hope you see that I'm blessed too. I like when you see that. I'll be laughing my behind off, whatever you guys been. Guys, check this out, right? I was doing some editing in my book the other day, so I need to change my glasses. So I pulled it away. So they thought that I heard one woman laughing. I'm not gonna say it. She was laughing. His head is hurting him. Next thing you know, all of them was coming out. One guy met me in a Kroger, and he tilted his head to the side like this, and then let me see. Yeah, he used his right hand to hit it, and he was staring at me. Then I went to another. I was like, what the hell is wrong with that guy? I went to another row in the store. He came around there too. He did this, tilts his like that, and hit it again. I guess I thought my head was hurting me. Guys, that was all psychological attack, but you see how they could look stupid, right? I wish I had something to record that so I could show you guys. They look ridiculous. They got grown men out here looking like fools. They do the craziest thing, and they have this unholy obsession with doors. I'm gonna show you guys some videos with that too. One of them stopped in the middle of the road, guys, open the door, exited the vehicle, return to the vehicle, open the door, walk to the other side. I'm watching this. I had to stop in the middle of the road, grab the door, slam it, open it, went back in the vehicle, and then drove away. I took a picture of that one, still a picture. You guys are going to see that right there. I wouldn't lie to you guys. This is all facts. I'm going to do a video with gang stalkers in action, and you guys are going to see. I'm going to show you. I got some crazy stuff to show you guys. Guys, my thing to you guys is, right, I believe that you guys are all criminals. You should be removed from society and placed in jail cells. And by the way, guys, like I said earlier, you don't face me, guys. You do not face me. I am truly solid. I'm unflappable. I'm emotionally intelligent. But above all, guys, I have the good Lord in my corner. And I am loving life, contrary to what you may believe. Guys, I am literally, Beavis and Butthead gang members, I am literally like the Rock of Ages. Mentally, mentally, guys, I am what you aspire to be. I take my phone everywhere, knowing that you are running behind me because of my phone. Case in point, you are ridiculous. Your lights and honking of horns, opening and shutting of doors, staring at me with your hogzilla's face and driving up and down the highways like fools does not faze me. Like I said, you're all foot soldiers, man. You're all foot soldiers, and you're not important to the society, really. You're just tools to be used. The real secret society people, I guarantee you they don't even look at you. You're tools to be used. These people are out there generating money. They own industries. They have monopoly and industries. You're just running around here looking a fool, burning up your gas. One of them was stalking me in Lowe's, and he stunk. I thought I was in the presence of a great skunk. He stunk. He was in that color of the Beavis and Butter gang, looking like a fool. Guys, I'm going to say this. You're all liars. You're all liars. You know that, right? You're evil. You're unpatriotic. And you all look like chipmunks. You guys are looking a fool out there, guys. You guys are looking a fool out there. And by the way, and you act like children. And by the way, I know that you lied to your people that I did not, that I do not like my own people. Check this out, guys. In Italy, they stated that I did not like my own people. You see the color of my skin, right? They said I did not like my own people. I guarantee you that is one of the many things lies that they use to get their people riled up, guys. These are liars now, and they lie to each other. You understand me? They lie to each other. They'll do whatever it takes to motivate their people to stalk. I bet when these fools go to bed, they dream of stalking, man. Guys, you know, I'm from Jamaica, right? And I'm black. I have a black wife. I got black children. I got a black mother and a black father. And you know what? I know the names of the one that started craziness. I know the names of the one who started craziness. You should see him now. The guy who started the craziness, you should see him now. Looking like a hyena, straight out of Africa, teeth and all. Is a damn mustache up here, look like whiskers. He look a mess, guys. This dude would get a woman. You would get him a woman each time his mama visited Italy, and then drop that girl like a hot potato after his mama left. I never could understand why he did that, guys. I got a bunch of videos coming out soon, guys. One with a pastor in Jamaica, right? I visited his church, right? And he held the mic in his right hand, turned to his right, and took his left hand and pull up the skin on his face. Ritual. I'm not going to tell you exactly how he did it, but he pulled up the skin on a part of his face. I know that's a devil right there, guys. He was a secret society member, guys. He was a secret society member, guys. Also, please, you need to like and share my videos. Please like and share, especially share it, because there is a shadow ban. There's a shadow ban on my channel, right? So it's not restricted, so to speak. It's not restricted, but it is. But there's a shadow ban on my channel. If you type in my channel name on YouTube, on Google, you'll never find it. You go to any other channel and you'll find it. It is. And who owns YouTube? I'm just saying, it's kind of sketchy. You see what I'm saying? They say that it is not banned, but people have been reaching out to me saying that they cannot find my channel. They can't find it. So guys, please share it. And I'm not trying to make money, like I said earlier. I just want to spread awareness, especially to these young people out there in the world, to these military, to these police officers, because these are people with power, you know. So these are the people that they go after, you know, people who have money. They go after those people that get rich, you know, because that's where power is. They are very manipulative. They are very evilous. They're bad people. Okay, they're bad people. Check this out. Just the other day, this guy saw me, drove by, and I thought he was talking to me. So I rolled my window down to hear what he got to say. He told me to move the F on. I said, what? He took a weapon from out of his bag. He went to the back of his car. Because when he saw my vehicle coming, he pulled close to this water tank, right? And then he backed up. Then he opened his, you remember I told you, I'm not saying this guy is secret society members, right? But he opened the trunk. They do that a lot. They have this, they open the trunk, then he opened the door, right? Then he, like I says, he told me to, then I saw him with a gun. He took a gun from the back, and when sitting in the car, took a gun out, and I saw it, and put it in the console, and he put it away. It looked like a Glock 17 or a 911, 911 pistol. You see what I'm saying? You know that guy called the police and told the police that I pointed a weapon at him, and he lied. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you a picture of that. He lied, guys, because they were desperate to get me in jail, and because of that course that the military had given to me. You see what I'm saying? The course that the military sent me to, rather. I'm like a rock. They're not going to get me in trouble, and so they're trying to manufacture lies now to get me in trouble. And I show you that when the police interacted with me, they came to my house, and they're trying hard to put me in jail, guys, but it's not going to work. Now, like I said, guys, please share. I'm not trying to make money. I'm here to spread awareness. Please share and ask your friends to share, because my video is shadow banned. They do not want people to know what's going on, and they have been unable to discredit me, to make me look like I'm a drug dealer, to make me look a spy, or to make me look like someone belonging to a sleeper cell with their lies. So now I'm being shadow banned, because I'm not going to call the name of the secret society, because you know I'll be banned. I'm not a fool. 10 steps ahead of them. So that's it, guys. Remember, subscribe, share, like, and next video you see is gonna be that of with my book being displayed. Okay, so see you then. Take care, and hope you have a great rest of your day. All right.